Hello friends, my name is Lalisani. Today I will discuss what is the range partition basically. In my last video I have discussed about what is the partition and why we use it and what is the advantage of that. So in this video I am going to practically show you how to use range partition. So friend, just log in into your database. Range partition basically maps the row based on a logical range of columns. Means in your employee table there is a amp number who store the every employee unique employee number. So in the range you can define like from 1 to 100 employees are going to different partition, and 100 to 200 number of employees are going to into another partition. So in this way, on the particular number of range you can create the partition. So this is a range partition basically. Just it's a comment, range partition. How to use the range partition, friends? I'm currently on my superuser sys. So you can create this partition on any user. I'm going to create table like range RG. I give the name RNG range. I define the ename varchar 220 size I pass, and salary into number, and also pass here amp number, also number type. Okay, and close the braces. If you press the semicolon, the table is created with this structure, but I want to create the partition on that table. So you just write here partition by range. This is a keyword, and pass the column number, amp number on which column you create the partitioning key, partition by range amp number, and define here partition name is a P1, which values less than 100 are stored in table space users. Okay, and the partition P2 value less than 200 table space sysocks, and partition P3 values less than. If you pass here max value keyword, means after the 200 if you insert any employee number, so it will store in table space system. Okay, so in this way I create the RNG table. On that table I have created the three partition from 100 less than all the value of 100 are stored in users table space, and less than 200 is stored in sysocks, and greater than 200 all the max values are stored in system table space. So if you want to check out if this table is partition table or not partition table, there is a view describe DBA tab partition. So DBA tab partition will help you. Just set the table name, table owner, and partition name, column table name, format 8 10, column table owner, format 8 15, column just need to partition name, format A20, and set the line under set page size 100. Like select this, select table owner comma table name comma partition name from DBA tab partition where table name equal to RNG. Pass the table name into capital. Yes, the table owner is his user and the table name is RNG. It have the three partition P1, P2 and P3. Okay, so by the DBA tab partition you can check out any table is partition table or not. So now I am going to insert the value into RNG and pass here ampersand ename and ampersand salary and ampersand amp number. Ename like Raj, salary 2000, employee number 1. Oh, sorry, my statement is there is a mistake. Pass the values keyword. Ename Raj, salary 2000 and employees 101. Again employee Rohit and salary 3000 and employee number is 5 and ename Suhail and salary is 5000 and it's 101 and again employee Lalit and salary is 4000 and the amp number is 300. So now you can check out select star from RNG. So friend, I have created the 4 row according to employee number 1 or 5 are stored in first partition P1 table space user, and this one is less than 200, it will store in second partition P2 and it will store in third partition. So it basically it will create the storage at the background level. You don't know on the front end screen where the data is stored. So it will depends on the table structure. When you create your table structure, so you define that employee number range partitioning key. According to that, it will store all the data at the background level and manage easily for the future purpose. So okay, now I have the 3 partitions friend. You already checked P1, P2, P3. If you want to rename that partition like P1 to P3 to P4, okay, first of all I will show you how to add the another partition after creation the partition table. Alter table RNG add partition P4 values less than 400 table space sysox must collect higher than of the last partition. Okay, just wait for a minute. Okay, I'm checking now. Okay, pass here basically I already used the 300 values, and after that I need to create max value. Oh sorry, actually I have already defined that at the time of creation max value keyword. So after the 200 all the values are stored in the system table space. I think that's why it's showing the last partitions is higher than. Okay, that's why it's boundary. But if you want to rename that partition, alter table RNG, rename partition P1 to P4, it will rename, and you can check out the same statement again. Yes, your P1 partition is renamed into P4 partition. Now in this way you can rename your partition, and you can also drop the partition. Alter table RNG drop partition P4. So now you can check out there is only two partition, and select star from RNG. So your partition data is also dropped when you drop any partition. In the partition P4 there is a information of employee 1 and 5, so that's why it will drop when you drop the partition. Information also drop. Okay, so friends, you can also truncate partition. You can use here truncate partition and partition name. So in this way it will just trunk the value. At the structure level remain the partition, only trunk the value. Okay, I hope you understand how to create the range partition and how to use that. If you like this video, and just subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.